Hey guys, Jack here and welcome back to another video. So we have match day 25 of the Premier League, but we also have the League Cup final. So that's what we're going to be discussing first, so let's just jump into it. So yeah, Manchester United are playing Newcastle at Wembley in the Carabao Cup final, and I think it's going to be a very interesting game. Both teams coming into it at different form. I mean, Manchester United are in great form. So, Marcus Rashford is arguably one of the most informed players in the world right now. Obviously, Weghorst is doing reasonably well for them. Sancho has come back into the side. Casemiro is available, and De Gea has been in great form. Luke Shaw as well. Newcastle, on the other hand, have been struggling with kind of fitness and form. I don't think they've won the last 6 games, so this is a crucial time for them. And they're missing a few key players, and obviously the most talked about thing is Loris Karius or Mark Gillespie potentially starting in the final. It's apparently going to be Karius, who was, I think, his third choice, and because obviously Nick Pope was sent off and Dubravka is cup tied with United, and it's difficult to imagine United not getting something from this game. This is a huge moment for a huge game for Newcastle. It's their first final in I think 30 or 40 years. So they want to obviously perform, but I just don't know if they're going to be able to. Obviously, they have the full week of rest and to prepare, while United are playing Barcelona in the Europa League second leg, which, by the way, I think the game hasn't happened as I record this, and I presume United are going to go through. They just looked better in that game. In terms of this, it's hard to imagine because Newcastle are missing players like could potentially miss Joe Linton. Willock, obviously Matt Target, and obviously Nick Pope are out. United have their strongest team pretty much. Obviously Eriksen is out injured, and Martial is coming back from injury, so he could potentially make an appearance. I think it'll be a 2-0 to Manchester United. I just feel like they have too much quality right now. And while they will be a bit fatigued from Thursday's game, however that ends, I just feel they haven't too much for Newcastle, and they'll be amped to win the first cup under Eric Ten Hag. So yeah, that's the Carabao Cup. Let's talk about the rest of the Premier League. So I'm going to quickly run through the rest of the Premier League fixtures from this upcoming weekend. First, tomorrow evening is Fulham versus Wolves. So as you watch this, it'll be later tonight. Fulham have been in great form, and Wolves have done reasonably well on Lopetegui. I think it'll just be Fulham, or it's going to be too much at home at Craven Cottage, 2-0. Andres Pereira getting an assist from either a corner or a wide free kick. Next is Everton versus Villa. Everton getting a big win against Leeds in quite what I read was a very crap game. Pardon my French. Sean Dyche has a system going. Aston Villa will have been humbled by the Arsenal defeat. Emi Martinez, he probably will start because he is a very high quality keeper, but will Unai Emery want to do that? They don't really have. I think they have Robin Olsen. I don't think he'll drop Martinez. I say it'll just be a lesson. I'm saying it's going to be 1-1. Everything at Goodison Park, and Villa probably his ego's been taking a hit. I could see Villa getting a victory from this. I just don't see Everton winning, in my opinion. Next is Leicester versus Arsenal. Arsenal having the full week is like Leicester to relax, recoup, and to prepare for this game. Leicester were good for the first half against Manchester United, but in the second half seemed to crumble once United made changes. They kind of looked lost. They didn't know who to mark, what to do. I think Arsenal can do that with the substitutions they have. I know Jesus is coming back into fitness. I think it's too early for him in this game. I'll see Trossard making an appearance at some stage. Jorginho probably had one of his best games for Arsenal. I know it's only been like 4 games, but still, looks very good against Villa. And I still see Arsenal coming through this game with a 3-1. West Ham versus Forest. Both teams are in contrasting forms. Forest getting a great result against City. courtesy of Chris Wood. And West Ham have been in shocking form, and there's rumours saying that this could be David Moyes' final game if he doesn't secure a victory. And I find it hard to see him getting that. I'm seeing this being a 1-1 draw, because Steve Cooper has his team well drilled now. And despite having, I think it was 30 players in total, just the combination of just grit and Keylor Navas is having 2 great games so far. I just see Forest is getting a point from that, and I could see David Moyes on the way out. Next is Leeds Southampton. Huge 6-pointer for both sides. Both of them managerless. Southampton, obviously, both of them under their assistant managers. Southampton did very well against Chelsea to basically bear the storm and to come out with a victory courtesy of a Ward-Prowse free kick. And Leeds have looked rocky ever since Rodrigo went off injured a couple of months back, and he should be returning reasonably soon, but they don't have much. I mean, Ruta hasn't performed so far, even coming off the bench. He just doesn't look like he's fit yet. Harrison's not in great form. Nonto is, and I think he's an individual in a team, and they're struggling. I see Southampton getting something out of this, and I don't like saying that. I think it'll be a 1-0 to Southampton again. I just hope for Leeds' sake that they stay up. They're just an entertaining team, and I think I've grown a liking to them. Next is Bournemouth City. 3-0 to City. They're just going to be angry from midweek and drawing against Forest. Next is Palace versus Liverpool. Palace have been tactically very good in the last couple of weeks, and I think with Liverpool being completely humbled by Real Madrid in Champions League, which by the way was an amazing game, great game as a neutral to watch. Liverpool go ahead in Anfield, and then for Madrid to just do Madrid things. Vinny Jr. has been superb for them, and it was great to see that. I see Palace getting something out of this game. I'm going to go to 2-1 to Palace. And lastly, the biggest game of the weekend is Tottenham versus Chelsea on Sunday. Tottenham obviously looking to win this game. Conte is still at home in Italy. His future is still undecided. Chelsea are in horrible form. Not horrible, but Graham Potter is under a lot of pressure from the fans, not by the ownership. And it's going to be interesting to see what happens with that, because he has ideas, and it just doesn't seem like it's gelling properly. He doesn't know his first team yet, and they're all very young players. They still need to figure out what's going on. And I think in time they will develop, but right now they just need to get results. I don't know with the quality of their team now where they're going to get those results. At home at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, I'm going to go with a 2-1 to Spurs. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you guys enjoyed the League Cup final if you're watching it. I'll certainly will try to anyway. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. Until next time, take care.